Hi there friends, it's Sydney from Sid Plans It Out. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to be setting up my monthly view in my budget planner and then doing some budgeting. I've been kind of like working through my budget stuff for February because I always like to prep and like write it all out before I do this video. Otherwise, I feel like this video would be a century long because I would just be so uncertain of what I was trying to do that but yeah, so we're going to dive in here to setting this up, and then we will do some budgeting stuff. I have some like a little bit different concept, I feel like, of how I want to do things in February. I don't know. It's like the same, but it felt different when I was writing things down. I don't know. We'll talk about it more in a minute. But for this spread, I'm going to use Functionally Chic pink blooms. What? These are not blue. I think I was thinking about last week's about January's monthly. I don't know. My brain is fried, obviously. Also, fun fact, I posted this on my Instagram story, so you might have seen it already, but I realized today, it is January 23rd when I'm filming this video. I realized this morning, not even this morning, I realized this evening, that I wrote every single expense in January. I wrote December as the date. Like I wrote 12 whatever as the date instead of 1 whatever the date was. So yeah, love that for me. Not sure how I managed that. But yeah, that's fun. So my brain is obviously functional. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how I made it this far into the month and just noticed that. Like how did that happen? I just don't understand, but here we are. You know, I also just thought of, I think I'm going to pull out that heart washi that I used in yesterday's video because it was really cute and I want to use it. And I really like with this planner, like this layout, I really like just putting a bunch of florals in the monthly so that it's pretty to look at and then moving on from there. So I'm going to use this washi as well because I like it. I don't know where I'm going to use this washi, but because I was thinking that I wanted to put more florals in here as well. Maybe I'll just put it in like some random spots throughout the spread. Maybe we'll hold off on that for a second. I do want to use it though. But yeah, I was very like shocked with myself when I noticed that I did that earlier. I think I'm just going to pull both of these pages out. I don't know that I'm going to use both of them, but I could see that happening because there's not like a huge amount of florals on either of these pages. So, and I do want to use both of these. Like I want to put this one at the top. I know it's going to be really matchy-matchy, but I'm okay with that because I love these florals. I think they're so pretty. But we are going to flip this upside down. Otherwise, I will never get this to lay down. Okay, this is already stunning. Like I could just do that and I would probably be happy. But because I'm extra, we obviously have to put more than just those. So here we go. All right, this one, I think we're gonna put over here. I honestly think I might just like outline the entire thing with florals because that's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling is necessary for this spread. I just feel like it would be, I feel like if there is a month to go, or like a holiday kind of thing to go like all out on the stickers, especially floral stickers, it is without fail, in my opinion, Valentine's Day, like February and Valentine's Day. I feel like that without fail is like, yes, please. All of the floral stickers. Yeah, I love. There was definitely a point in my life, it's actually really funny. I feel like, oddly enough, planning has made me enjoy Valentine's Day like more and in a different way. Oh, wow. I don't know if it's just because, like I said, it's like a different way than how I would normally, you know, like normally it would just be like, oh, yay, it's a day where I'm not in a relationship and everyone else is and whatever. But now it's like, because I'm in the planner community, it's like, but actually it's this really fun day where I get to decorate with like these really beautiful, stunning pinks and reds, and it makes me so happy. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny. I realized recently that Plannerland has definitely changed my outlook on... I still haven't cleaned my scissors, you guys. Yikes. I need to do that. Yeah, Plannerland has definitely changed my outlook on Valentine's Day, which honestly is hilarious to me, but I'm not mad about it. I'm going to take the backing off of this page so I can just put all these scraps, just put them on this page and not have to worry about getting them within a border. It'll make my life a lot easier. I'm feeling a lot more, okay, if you watched my January budget video, then you probably know that I was feeling rather negative. And I think that was just like the mood I was in general. And honestly, if I would have filmed this video last week, I probably also would have felt rather like negative and blah. But I don't know, I feel pretty good this week. I'm like decently ahead on my videos, not quite as ahead as I would like to be, but like decently ahead on my videos. And I don't know, I had a day off last week that was unexpected and not really like wanted at first, but I made the most of the day and I had a good time. And yesterday I had a really good Monday. Today's Tuesday. It hasn't been quite as like productive and like good feeling in the sense of like I've accomplished a ton of things today, but not every single day can be super productive, right? Like that is how we burn ourselves out and like stop enjoying things, right? Right. So today was just a little bit of a slower day. It's all good. Something okay, this is the like nerdiest like random information, but we have this like I have this project that I'm working on at work, and there was a necessity. I did not cut this straight, so we're gonna have to cut it again, but that's okay. There was a necessity to update one of our utilities. I don't know if I work in healthcare IT, so there's that. We needed to update something. And so the people who are smarter than me and do coding and all of that stuff, because that is definitely not my job, he went in and he updated it and whatever, and he was like, okay, it's all good, like if someone wants to test it and yada yada. So I was playing with it and testing it and nerding out because I was like, this is so cool. Like, this should have done this from the beginning. Like, this is so nifty. Like, I was nerding real hard, which is funny also because I have felt very like meh about my job recently. I still kind of feel a little meh about it, but I was having a good time nerding out over this cool new thing that I don't think anyone else is gonna nerd out about, but that's okay. Like, I don't think even the client who requested it is gonna like nerd out about it like I did, but I thought it was really cool. Also, I kept like trying to find like, oh, well, does it do this? Oh, it does. Okay, well, what about this? Oh, it does that too. Okay, but is it prepared for this? And it was just like, I was like, man, I'm having way too much fun. Like, I should not be having so much fun with Yeah, I was being a nerd. It was fine. So that's how that was going. Good times. Should have started playing around with it earlier in the day than I did, because by the time I started playing around with it, I like did not really have the brain power to do as much with it as I wanted to, or as I could have, I guess, but it's okay. It was still a very like interesting, fun adventure that I got to go on, and I can continue playing with it tomorrow, because I did not go through all of the like steps and things that they wanted us to go through to make sure it really does do everything that it's supposed to do. So I will be doing that tomorrow, along with probably a bunch of admin stuff that I've just been putting off, and I don't want to do it, but it is what it is, because this is our life right now, honestly. We have just been forced to do so much BS admin stuff. Like, that's not my job. Why am I doing that? You know? Anyone else have those experiences at work? Like, it can't just be me. Okay, I did not put that down straight, so that's cool. I guess I just really wanted to use my scissors that I have kind of ruined. And yes, I could use the little scissors, but I just find this a lot easier along like a big stretch. Okay, we need to put this in here because we need some more of this color. There we go. Stretch that all the way across, and then it's not gonna be like quite as large, but that's okay. I'm gonna put this up here, and then we just need to fill in that space. So I guess I did not need to tear both of these pages out, but that's okay. I mean, I do have, okay, so there's two things. I could get another big one and cut it in half, because all of these are really big florals, or I could fill it with these little ones. And I kind of think I want to cut one of the bigger ones. I'm just feeling extra. And I think I want it to be this one, because again, I want more of that like pinkish floral. So we're gonna put this in here. Actually, we might put a little something else in there as well. What do we have here? Let's see if I can sneak these little like tulip edges in here. Let's see. Now I do need the smaller scissors. I'm gonna cut that straight edge off of the side right there, and then cut right here. And sneak that piece in there. Oh my gosh, my chair is so squeaky. I don't know what, I mean, I guess the problem is just that I sit in it too much, but I don't know. Also, probably that it just wasn't like super expensive anyway. But you know, it is what it is. It's being extra annoying recently. So, I don't know. I do have some money in a sinking fund that I could use to go buy a new chair, but ouch, I just poked myself with my tweezers. But I also don't really want to. Like, I'm not really feeling it. So, I don't know. Just gonna do my best here to cut this in a straight line. Oh, that was pretty straight. And then take my scissors to cut the rest. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, I really, really like this. Really like how this is coming together. All right, now I'm gonna be really obnoxious and take this backing off too. So I only have one page. And take all of those scraps that I have left and put them back onto this page. I honestly didn't think that I had these stickers left because I've been eyeing them and enjoying them and being like, man, those would be so good for Valentine's Day. And I don't even remember like when this set of stickers came out. Like, I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. And if it was last year, like, was it after Valentine's Day? I really don't know. But so I just had assumed that I'd already used them because I'd been thinking about how great they would be for Valentine's Day for what felt like forever. And lo and behold, they are still left. Also, I could not tell you why I just put that in between all of that. Like, I had so many sticker scraps left and was going to need all of this space, but whatever. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I really think that's all there is to it. I feel like my chair has not been this squeaky all day, and now it's being obnoxious. I apologize. All right, let's put in the bills now that we have this beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, lovely, like, backdrop here for this spread. I feel like I need to, like, write in a quote here. Like, maybe just all you need is love. And we will use, I think I'm just gonna use this pink if I can get it out of here. Or I could do like a purpley tone. We're just gonna use this. I don't know that it's gonna match, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, it's gonna be really bright, I think, but that's okay. Cute. Okay, I enjoy. That was Tombow 803. I think that's kind of fun. I still do want to bring this washi in, so maybe I think I'm gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna put some, oh, that was rude. I mean, okay, that's a little bit of an obnoxious tear, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, that's cute. We could definitely put some more somewhere, like maybe a piece there. What is happening? I don't know. That washi was being weird. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. I don't know how I feel about it 100%, but we're gonna leave it. All right, let's get some boxes and put in the bills. Do I just want to use all header boxes? Last month I used bullets, which I could totally do that again. But I think I want to use boxes. So let's just go with it. And yes, I know these don't match like perfectly. I don't really care, honestly. So we're just gonna go with it. Oh, and then I want to mark paydays. Let's use these to mark paydays. We will use these light pink ones. The one thing that I dislike, well, my least favorite thing, that's what we're gonna go with. My least favorite thing about doing February budget is that February is only like 2 seconds long. So you're literally like, I feel like I do all this work and get everything settled, and then before I know it, it's time to start doing it again. And I'm like, how did that happen? This needs to move a little bit. Yeah, I feel like every time, I guess it's really like maybe my least favorite thing about my March budget is that it feels like I literally just did my budget, because I did. As February is so short, and it's wild because, okay, so this is a leap year, so it's, you know, a little longer than normal because it has 29 days instead of 28, but it's kind of wild how big of a difference like 28 days versus 30 days is. Like, that's just, it drives me crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how is that possible? That makes such a huge difference in the way the month feels. I just will never understand. I feel like I need to bring in, I only have 3 of these light pink boxes, but I feel like I need to bring one of them up here because this is about to be a massive cluster of boxes. And I just don't think I can do it without one of those. I think we're just gonna do that, which is really not my favorite, but I think we're gonna do this instead. Actually, we're going to, well, tear up all the paper, I guess. Jeez, that just shredded the page. That's okay. Yikes. We're gonna put them all really close together and all the way at the top and hope for the best. Sheesh. Wow. That was wild. That like really did not want to, like, it came off really easily, but it like shredded, not completely shredded, but it definitely, like, you can see where I lifted it from. So that's cool. Love that. All right, so there's all the bills in the world. This is going to be another one of those months where all the bills are on one side. It's going to irritate my soul. Yep, I can tell. That's how this is going to go. So annoying. We're going to get another light pink one. So there's too many right there. It has been raining all day, which is great, honestly, that it's warm enough that it can rain. But, I just want to crawl back in my bed. I'm so tired of listening to the rain and having to actually be a productive human. Like, what is that? I personally feel like if it's raining, you shouldn't have to do anything unless you really want to. Like, you should not be forced to do things. Oh my gosh, this is absurd. I have 2 bills due this day too. What? Regrets. Yeah, I feel like you should not be forced to do things on rainy days unless you like really, really want to. I have 1 left. Are there any other double days? There's not. There's not going to be any light pink over here then, but you know what? That's fine. It is what it is. This looks wild. It's fine. I could have used bullets again, but I decided not to, so it is what it is. We're gonna use up the last of these small boxes on that page at least. But then we have some more. Okay, what is next? There's a bill due on this day. Yes. And there is a bill due on this day. Which, we'll probably go through on Monday, but that's fine. And then, let's see, 24. Oh my gosh. Like everything in the world is over here. This is wild. 27. This is the most unbalanced spread. It's a little bit ridiculous, but it's fine. All right, there we go. Wow. That was a little bit absurd. Just a little bit absurd. All right. Let's write all of these in. How long have I been doing this? Wow, 25 minutes? For real? Okay, well, I'm going to write all of these in and I will be right back. All right, my monthly is all filled in. It looks super cute and it's ready to go. So I know in January, I talked about how I was going to like use these pages and I changed my mind. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is not punch. Why didn't you remind me? I'm gonna use my crocodile punch here to punch out these holes. But yeah, I was gonna use all of these, but then I realized that breaking it up into this many categories is just like way too much for my brain. Like I can't do that. Like it's satisfying to my ADHD, but also like I will just sit forever. And wow, I punched that terribly. What the heck is going on? Maybe I shouldn't punch these together, but it's fine. Yeah, I will just sit forever and like go through and like look and, you know, do the math, but then I won't do anything with it. Like if it's too complex, I'll enjoy the process, but not like getting anything out of it. So I've decided to do something different, which I will show you in a second. I should have punched these off camera, but I forgot. Come on, cut, please. All right, good enough. What was I saying? Oh, so I've decided to just keep it to like a couple categories, just like the basic categories, because so in January I did not do cash spending and I'm still not 100% certain if I want to do it for February or not, or if I just want to do like a spending register to like have and carry around with me and like, or whatever, you know, have on hand so I can be like, okay, this is, you know, like we spent this for this category and, you know, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, like I spent this in this category, so now I can't spend in that category, or this is how much I have left to spend for that category. There we go. Words are hard. Where did I put it? Okay, so this is kind of what I came up with, is just using this as like it was a meal planning, like Monday through Sunday. I guess it doesn't have to be meal planning, whatever. But these are the categories that I'm going to use. Bills, paydays, just because I also like to see, you know, like how much should I actually make? And then, which I should probably put that one first, but it's fine. Bills, paydays, spending. So just like I went out and I spent money on something that's not eating out, groceries, or planner stuff, because those are like my big spend areas. I feel like I don't really buy other things necessarily, like a little bit, but not really. So this is going to be my new, like at the end of every month, I'm going to check in or write that down or whatever. And then I'll have like a couple months to look back on eventually. I did do like a check-in of where I'm at as of January 23rd, to kind of give myself a, I guess I don't really need this right now, to kind of give myself like a rough estimate of where I should, of like how much I need in every category. There we go. Words are not doing it for me today. I apologize. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. That's what we're working with here. So I have this paper from, I think it came from a notebook and a Be Happy box last year, the year before. You guys, I don't even know what year it was anymore. It's all the same. It's all a blur. But yeah, we're gonna use this to get this budget going. So I think I'm just gonna use my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip to just write the paydays here. So the way that I budget, because I get paid on the 15th or whatever day, like if the 15th is a Friday, I mean, is a Saturday or Sunday, we'll get paid the day, like the Friday before. And then whatever the last day of the month is. So the way that I do it is I break my budget, like I break up my bills into into each paycheck. So for February, I'll be using this January 31st paycheck and the February 15th paycheck to pay all of my bills for February. And then this February payday will go into March. That's how I've been doing it. I've been doing that for a while and it's been working for the most part. I just need to, like, that part has been working. It's just me not like spending money just to spend money, because this is who I am as a human. All right. Honestly, like that's who I am as a person. So what we're gonna do, sorry, I have my like cheat sheet, right, of this I already did this once kind of thing, just to make my life easier. But what we're gonna do is everything from the 31st up until the 15th will be paid with this 31st paycheck. And for like the bigger bills, there's some saved already from the end of, like from the mid-January paycheck. And then also with this paycheck, for the bigger bills, I take like half of those as well. And then for the 15th, it will be all of these plus half of the bigger bills that are at the beginning of the month. So what we will do here is, first of all, get rid of this keyboard. It's my work keyboard and it is currently in my way. So we're going to move it. All right, there we go. That's so much better. Okay, so for January 31st, we're going to pay rent, which will be, I usually go with about $550 per paycheck. So there's already $550 from my last paycheck in my like extra account is what I call it. It's just like another account, not my savings account, not my savings account, not my checking account. It's just another account that I have for like moving bills back and forth. So rent, and then Patreon, because I'm very much an out of sight, out of mind person. So putting, like having that third account to put like my rent money in and bills that are due like later in the month and, you know, stuff like that has been so helpful for me in making sure that I am staying on track with having that money and not having to like dip into the next paycheck or whatever. So it's been very helpful for me. Again, I'm very, very out of sight, out of mind. So if it's not in my checking account, it's just gone. Like that's kind of how my brain sees it. Which is also why like cash spending, I think cash saving works better for me than cash spending. Because even though I am like out of sight, out of mind with my accounts to an extent, there are times where I will like move things that I'm like, well, I kind of want this thing. And so I'll, you know, take money out that I don't need to spend money. Like I don't need to be spending money on this thing, but I do technically like have the money. So yeah, that goes not so great for me every time, but that's why I think cash saving has worked well. All right. Okay, so as I spoke, I continued through my bills here. So this is everything that's due from when I get paid on the 31st up until I get paid on the 15th. So now what I'm going to do is I need to take the bigger bills and split those in half, and I'll either pay on payday depending on what the bill is, or I'll put like it into my extra account for when that bill is due. So I will pay half of Amex, and then half of Hulu, because that's a little bit more of an expensive one. Not super expensive, but you know, enough. And then half of Evergy, which is my electricity. And then half of my student loan, which, you guys, I'm so sad that student loans are back. And I'm also really mad at myself for not paying as much on them as I should have when we were like not paying on them. But it's fine. And then I have one more payment on my car insurance for the last 6 months. Yeah. I was like, what was that for? So, you know, car insurance is every like 6 months. At least that's when I pay mine, every 6 months-ish, I think. No, 3 months? I don't remember. Whatever. When the last one it said it was due, I didn't have all of it. I had, I think, like a third of it. So I've been like trying to, you know, pay it. And this will be the last one. And it's not like due in February. I technically don't think it's due until March, but I just want to be done with it now so I can start saving up for the next one. So $56 to that. All right. So we will do some math and then probably be sad by the totals, because that's how I always feel after I do this, and I was not paying attention. I distracted myself because I'm really good at it. Also, I'm starting to wonder if this needs to be 2 videos, because this is getting very long, I have a feeling, but that's okay. I just don't feel like it's worth it to just have a video of me like decorating this and then also have a video with this part, like as 2 separate videos. So yeah, this is a long one. It just is what it is. All right, so this is what we're looking at for totals in bills this month. At the top here, I'm going to write what I estimate that this paycheck is going to be. So this paycheck will have 96 hours on it and also overtime. So I did some math earlier, and we're looking at somewhere around 21, 25, something like that. And then I will write the actual when I get paid. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the like cash and savings part down here. So the categories that we have. So we're going to start with the ones that I like for sure I'm going to need money in. Well, one of them is need, one of them is want, because, well, 2 of them are want, because this is my life. Okay, but groceries, spending, and then planners. And then we're gonna do car insurance, because like I said, that's the last payment there. And then we're gonna start saving up for the next time the bill is due. Car maintenance / tags, which I need to get new windshield wipers, and I definitely have money for that in that sinking fund, but I would like to add more money to this sinking fund for the fact that I'm also using this. I want to use this to pay my car tags in the summer as well. And then we'll do savings, and then 52-week savings, which is a savings challenge that I'm working on, and then also the 1K savings challenge. All right, so for groceries, based on what I spent last month, or what I've spent so far in January, along with the money that I've spent on like other food, like takeout and stuff, I think about $150 is good. It should get me pretty far. And then I'm gonna do $100 in spending. I have a feeling that I won't use all of that because, yeah, I just don't think I'm going to. And then $50 for planner stuff, which again, I don't really want to use all of that, but I also would like to like plan and budget to give myself that money versus just like being like, ah, screw it, I already went over my like little budget that I gave myself, who cares, you know? All right. Car insurance, we're gonna put $150 in there. And then car maintenance, we're gonna put just $20 in there. Furniture, I would like to put, how much is in there right now? It has $50 in it. I think I'm just gonna put $20 in there. I don't need like a ton in there. I would like to buy a new bed, but I also would kind of like to have more space in my apartment. Like the way my room is set up right now, I could not buy a bigger bed. It would not fit. So I'm like saving for it eventually kind of thing. And then into my savings, I would like to put $100. And this is just like, it's kind of a savings account. It's more like it's the account that my mom takes the money out of to pay my phone bill because I'm still like on her plan. So yeah, that's what that one is. And then 52 weeks. This week it's 20. And on the first payday of January, I did 3 weeks worth of the 52 weeks. So I only need to do 1 week this week, which is 20. And then I would like to put $30 into the $1,000 savings. So let's do some more math and hope that this actually works. I changed some of these numbers around. A lot of them got smaller, but just making sure. I actually think I ended up magically with the exact same amount. No way. That's wild. Did I really? Wow. Okay. That's crazy. We might edit this a little bit. It's kind of going to depend. It also depends on like how much I actually get paid. So like if this estimate is off by a ton, what I'll do is I'll just take away like the furniture saving fund or sinking fund, since again, not like high priority right now. And then probably the $1,000, well, I don't know. And then I'll take something else away, like the furniture for sure, maybe the car maintenance, because like I said, I have a decent amount in there right now, but I am trying to like save up for July, June. I don't remember when my tags are due. I always forget. But you know, maybe I'll probably take some out of spending, some out of planners, that kind of thing. So I'll move the money around as needed, but this is like my estimated attempt at like my first go here with the budget. So all that being said, my estimates here are that amount for payday minus this amount for bills minus this $640 for spending and sinking funds and savings, all of that stuff. So we will do some math. So it'll be 92.23, and then of course whatever else is like left in my bank account as well. But I like to like give myself, you know, like some leeway, some wiggle room, some save, just in case kind of, you know, room, because you never know. You never know what's gonna come up. So this is what this is looking like right now. The only other thing that I want to do with this page is I want to mark, I think I'm just gonna put it here. So the pink, well, let's do this in order. So the red is going to be what I'm transferring to my extra account. So like what I will transfer over there to pay whatever bills I need to do. And then the pink will be everything that I want to pay on payday. Which I know this seems potentially like a little bit extra, but it works for my brain and I need it. Otherwise, I don't know, it takes me way too long to like think it through unless I like do this right away. And then the ones that don't have dots, those are just ones that are auto pays and they will just pay like when they pay. So this is going to be the paycheck for the 31st, and then the paycheck for mid-February, which would be the 15th. So let's put that in. I know this video is super long now. I know, but we're almost done. So this one, I'm just going to write in all of the bills really quick. Okay, so based on the way that the month is set out, those are all the things that are due, like on this paycheck. So those need all of those. And then we'll do half of rent, and this will be for March. And then half of Discover, again for the March due date. And then half of City for the March due date, and then half of Ally. And then we will do some math here. Oops, I almost made that way too much money. All right, okay, I got the same number as the math I did earlier, so that is always a plus. All right, so that's what I'm looking at for this paycheck. And the estimate on this one, going off of the paycheck that was, this should be an 88-hour paycheck, I think. Yeah, so this is an 88-hour paycheck, and based on the end of December when we had an 88-hour paycheck, or the middle of December, it should be that much. So we'll see. I'm always uncertain because I feel like everything has been ever changing recently with how we're getting paid, and it's irritating. Like, I don't feel like anything ever matches. And yeah, I spent a lot of time looking at pay stubs earlier, and they were just irritating my soul. And at one point I almost started crying because I was just frustrated. I was like, I don't understand. Like, this is the least helpful pay slip that I've ever seen in my life. Whatever. It was very irritating. Okay, now this one for the sinking funds is a little bit different. And here's why. Well, for all of the funds, honestly, is a little bit different. I'm going to write out the same list. And I know that I'm not going to be able to put money into all of these because that's just how it goes. Like on this paycheck. Also, this paycheck may or may not have overtime on it. I'm honestly not 100% sure just because of the way all of our all of our paychecks and stuff work, because it's very strange. You get paid for your, like, whatever your base pay is. Like, you would get paid that without submitting a timesheet, in theory. And then but like, if you, did I write that? Okay. But like, when your, what's it called? When your overtime comes through, like, kind of depends on, like, was it before a certain date or was it after a certain date? It's very confusing. I hate it. It's dumb. Whatever. Because you're getting paid for, like when I get paid on the 15th, I'm getting paid for the first 15 days of February. And I'm like, but what if I had overtime in there? Well, unless it was submitted either like this week or this week, because normally I think like the end of the pay period is like 2 days before. So unless you submitted your timesheet one of those 2 weeks and those 2 weeks had overtime on it, like if you have overtime during this week, you won't get it until the next paycheck. But sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's very confusing. I hate it. But back to this. Sorry. Like I was saying, this one's going to be a little bit different. So the sinking funds ones are going to kind of depend on, like, is this right? And then like a little bit of, is this amount right? And then also a little bit of how much is left over. So like, if on groceries I only spend $100 and I have $50 left, then I'm probably going to put only like 50 more bucks in there or whatever, that kind of thing. Like, I'm not, like, this is what I want them to be sitting at, like, on a payday. This is what I want them to get up to. Like, I want groceries to be at 150. So like I said, if I spend $100, I'll put $100 in there because I'll have 50 left. If I, in the spending category, spend all $100, well, if I spend all $100, I'm going to have questions for myself, because no, I should not be doing that. But, you know, that kind of thing. And I do think that for these ones, since they are, I don't think I'm going to take those out in cash. Yeah, I don't think I can do cash spending. It's just like too much for my brain. I think I'm just going to have like a spending register and be like, this is how much you've spent out of this category. So this is how much you have left, that kind of thing. Because I feel like that is just what I need, is something to tell me like, this is what you have left. I need that like visual. I also realized on the front, whatever. I meant to add up all of these that I needed to transfer to make my life easier, again, on payday. Like, if I'm going to take the time to go through and do all of this now, then I might as well make it easier on future me, right? Right. So when I get paid, I'm going to transfer this $372.65 into my like extra account to have for those bills that will eventually come out. And then on this side, we're gonna pay this, and we're gonna pay the student loan. So I'll like move the money from the other, like from my extra account to then pay this. Yeah. I actually, like, the only reason I paused is because I actually think that the bank account that's on there is not that account. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I know that I didn't realize it until after I paid it last time, and I was like, oh, nifty. Okay, and then those will be the transfers. So, because even though Hulu and Evergy are due during this time period, I want to move them since they're not due until like the end of this week and then the next week. That way I don't like accidentally spend them, kind of thing, you know? Sometimes it's just, like I said, out of an abundance of caution, out of sight, out of mind, make my life a lot easier on myself. All right, so now that I rambled for way too long, I'm terrified of how long this video is going to be. It's probably going to be like 50 minutes, but you know, it's fine. It is what it is. But this is what we ended up with. So I feel, like I said, I feel good about this month for some reason. Like I feel better, I guess, than I did in January. Maybe, I don't know. I just was feeling very meh for the January budgeting, but I'm feeling better for February. I'm still not like, I don't know. You know, I would still love to be making more money, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's going to be all for me in this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.